My first experience with Converged was, I believe it goes back to 2010, where we had to change out our old phone system and we had to get a new updated phone system for the bank because the old one just wasn't cutting it anymore. And I had put off that decision as long as I possibly could because the previous time that we had upgraded our phone system, which was maybe about 10 or 12 years previously, was an absolute nightmare. Despite the vendor's assurances that everything would go okay, we actually had no phone service here in this location for about 2 days. After the dial tone came back up, we found out that we could not communicate with our other branch on the other side of Lisle. So it was probably about 3 or 4 weeks before the vendor was able to get everything straightened out. And when I contracted with Converged, I forget who the rep was at the time, but she could tell that I was just basically shaking in my shoes about this whole thing, that I just did not want to do this. I was dragged kicking and screaming into this. And she kept assuring me that everything would go fine, the conversion team would not leave until everything was fine. And I thought, yeah, I've heard this before. Well, the morning came, we decided to convert on a Monday morning, and I was assured that by 5 in the afternoon, everything would be fine. There would be no problems, that we would have dial tone, everything would be normal. And I just wasn't buying it. 5 o'clock rolled around and everything worked perfectly. I mean, it was a non-event for me, and I was sitting there kicking myself. I had been stressing out over this for about 2 months, thinking that we were going to be going through another nightmare. And with Converged handling the job, it turned out to be, it couldn't have been more of a non-event. So we were extremely pleased with that. And based on that performance, whenever I needed anything that had to do with telecommunications or cabling, whether it's for my network or whatever it was, Converged is the first vendor that I call. And I'll only use somebody else if you guys shouldn't be available for some reason.